integration of both blockchain and cloud technologies. Another solution is to reheard cloud catastrophes. If a company, like if you're a business and you know that you can have a cloud outage at its regional database, you need to mimic those scenarios with your IT team, your IT department. Okay, how do we fix this as fast as possible? We cannot just have hours of downtime, maximum a couple minutes, 10, 20 minutes. How can we fix it? You also need to have something called, one more point. And when you rehearse these cloud catastrophes, it's always good to have, like, if you're a startup or even a business and you're scaling to like a lot of users, it's not, there's nothing wrong with having like a office space with actual servers as backup, just in case your cloud infrastructure fails. Because the money lost during this outage was in hundreds and millions of dollars, and that's how much it costs to even set up an on-site cloud infrastructure. So that's always something that should be taken into consideration. A third point is you need to have redundancies. Like I was saying, you need to have on-site, you need to have more than one regional center to host your cloud service. And because of losing all of this money, it wouldn't be bad to not just have some AWS cloud hosting service, but also go towards IBM or Google. And lastly, you need to have, there needs to be more cloud companies available. I'm thinking mostly with these blockchain technology implementations and the high use cases, new startup companies have a good opportunity here. Okay, so this was the actual article they released. They haven't released like a critical like incident report, but so far they've released this. Between 11:49 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on October 19th and 2:24, AWS experienced increased error rates for AWS services in U.S. East 1 region. This is located in Virginia, which has also impacted Amazon.com and Amazon Substrate, as well as Amazon Support Operations. By 12:26, we determined that the event was DNS resolution, and DynamoDB mitigated the issue by 2:24. And I will say, I was accessing some websites that rely on these AWS ecosystem. Their websites have also been lagging to this day, and it wasn't even a network issue, right? And some of the companies, obviously Amazon, the companies that rely on this AWS cloud ecosystem, or Amazon Prime, Reddit, Snapchat, Perplexity AI, Venmo, Canva, Coinbase, right? And Cursor. These are other AI. I wonder if this was more of like a race condition attack. A lot of people are using Cloud and Cursor for a lot of tasks. I wonder if this could be an issue with why it happened. Who knows? Maybe they'll release it in the real incident report. Even YouTube faced some errors, but YouTube awfully has a lot of different regions, so YouTube kind of worked properly. And WhatsApp, and even banks, Lloyds Bank, Bank of Scotland, HMRC, UK Tax Authority, UK government. So you can assume how important it is for these cloud infrastructures to operate. So it's also good to point out that cloud infrastructure management jobs, they offer a lot of income, especially like a DevOps engineer, cloud engineer. Those are all good fields, career fields to look into. And let's talk about the different effects. So in the AWS ecosystems, a lot of IoT devices within smart homes also rely on your AWS ecosystem. So let's say you have a water heater. You turn it on from your phone in your house or something, right? And or even the AC unit, and you're trying to connect via the internet. You're like in another country, it's cold, you want to turn on the heater, whatever, or something. Those things malfunction because of this AWS cloud outage. Let me just give you even beds example. Like this is ridiculous. Like if you look at some of these, if you go on Twitter and look at some of these, you can see that even if I scroll down, fragile crowding systems. All right, yeah, $2,000 smart beds overheat during AWS cloud. This was 42 minutes ago. It's 2:56. Look, owners reported that their beds became overheated and stuck in awkward positions during the AWS outage. See the impact it has. Like if everything is connected to the cloud, that's a lot of security. Everyone has smart devices in their home nowadays, IoT enabled smart devices. And if you have AWS Cloud Outage, or if people have malicious intent, and think about the disastrous exponential impact it has. Security must, and I think blockchain integration must be a must, as it provides more security, as it's decentralized, right? And that's not the only post. There was a couple of other posts regarding the beds. Affected 2,000 sleep with some sleep aid customers left stuck in inclined position or with overheating mattresses, right? So there we have it. Also, would like to point out this one person's video. It's the harsh truth of AWS outage when what's coming to crypto, the economic engine guy.
Getting pigeonholed by regulation. They need to come here. And I have a company that's trying to figure out a way of getting them over here because it's an incredible play. So that things like this with Amazon doesn't happen again, right? Now, the centralized exchange I'm talking about, there are centralized exchanges that are building decentralized networks right now, layer 2s on Ethereum, that are going to be insane. One of them is Coinbase has put a ton of money into decentralized exchanges like Edge token that I've talked about, the Definitive project. And the reason why they're doing this is because they understand that people do not want a centralized exchange. They want decentralized. They want to have their own hardware wallet, a cold wallet, or whichever way you want. If you want a hot wallet, you're more than likely.
Okay, so as you guys can understand, what they're saying is that they want a decentralized exchange, especially for wallets. If we look back here, some of the companies like it was Coinbase, they have user data stored in this AWS ecosystem. Now imagine you're trying to do a trade because a transaction went up 1,000x, and you can't do the trade because of because of this outage and whatnot. You need to have decentralized exchanges